Hello everyone. In this video I want to show you two very important and useful tools that any designer must have handy when they are designing any part. And those are sensors in SolidWorks, and the other one is also related to sensors is the cost. As you know, two of the biggest considerations and limitations in a design is mass of the part, for example, or the dimensions of the part and the cost of the material. And the designer always need to reduce those as much as possible. So here we want to see how we can constantly monitor them without every time, let's say for mass, if I need to measure mass, I don't need to go to evaluate and using mass properties. So I can have some monitor here, some sensor that constantly shows me the mass. So if I do any modification, I can see the effect of that, and it can even have alerts that if something is outside the allowable limits, it gives me an error or a red flag, and then also how to go about cost. So the first thing is, as I said, sensors here, which you see here, I don't have any, but I can always right click and say add a sensor. And for a single part, I can have mass properties, I can have simulation data, I can have dimensions, measurements, and costing data. Okay, now the sensors for simulation data, I guess I have shown you. I can show you again, but I have shown you in the SolidWorks simulation how to create a sensor. So what I want to show you is mass properties and the mass of the part. You can also add volume, surface area, the location of the center of mass. So let's say this is the mass of the part I want to measure. Right now the value is about 10% of a pound, and I can ask it to alert me if this mass ever goes up about like 0.14 or 15 of a pound. Then it raises a red flag for me. Hey, you cannot add more mass. Okay, so here we can add the alert as well, and then say okay. So now if you expand it, you see now there is a sensor with the current value. And if I simply go and change any dimension here, like for example, make the length of this head pipe a little bit longer, so make it like 1.4 inches, then you see this guy is going to be updated right away. And you see now it's 0.11, still okay because it's below 0.15. But if I make it like 2.5, then probably I passed that 0.15. Let's see. There we go. You see now the mass has passed that and barely marginally passed, and you see now you get the yellow warning sign, means hey, look, you passed your own limits that you set up here and you shouldn't. So you know that I have gone maybe too far and I need to go back to maybe 2 inches to still be within the range. Okay, so this is one very important thing, sensor. And the other big thing, as I said, is the cost, which is very, very important. So let me show you the cost. So if you want to add the cost, initially it's not available. I mean, like here, I have it out of 1060 alloy. If I go on the sensor and say add a sensor for me, and then say add costing data, and then you can have total cost, manufacturing cost, or material cost. And let's just make it easy, say material cost. You see it says data not available. Okay, right now the data is not available. I have not generated the data for the cost of this yet. So even if I okay that or put an alert, it's not going to be active. You always will see an exclamation mark here, which means there is no data. So that sensor is basically not going to work. Okay, so if you want to add that, what you need to do first is you go to Tools, and then you go to the SolidWorks applications. And then you go to the costing. When you go there, then here you see it says what is the method of manufacturing? Is it machining? Is it casting? Is it plastic, 3D printing, or what? Now here, just for simplicity, because I don't want to get into machining, I just say, let's say I want to 3D print this. It's made of plastic. Okay? And then you see here, it says what kind of material you want. Is it ABS? Is it nylon? Is it what? So let's say ABS is good. And you see, this is, by the way, this is the material cost per pound, and you can change that if you want, right? If you're buying it from somewhere, a vendor that is more expensive or less expensive, you can do that. You can also change the material here, but most of the printers are with plastic, so let's just keep it as is. And then here, basically, it shows the total number of parts that you need, right? So let's say I just want one part, right? And then say what? Say start calculating. So begin cost calculations. And you see it says the estimated cost per part is what? $22.05 per part. So now this cost is calculated. I can go ahead here and I can add a sensor for the cost. Now if I right click here and say add a sensor and then go here to costing data, now I should be able to what? Go about material cost or go about total cost, because now I have the manufacturing method of 3D printing, and I can set an alert and say, hey, anytime this goes beyond $25, go ahead and what? Go ahead and give me an error. And you can have all different conditions here, which is if it's in between, not in between, is bigger than, less than, or something. So let's say if it's bigger than 25, shoot me an error, receive right now here, or warning. This is what I have, and now the mass is good, the cost is good, and now if I go ahead and let's say add this dimension, make it 2.2 or something, you see my cost is okay, still my mass is okay, and if I go back to 2.5, the mass is gonna overshoot, but the cost is still within the range. Okay, so you see here, and if I go even bigger, go to 3 probably. Let's see, not yet, maybe 4. So now you see both of them are out of the range. Okay, and here you can see this inside, for example, the frame of a 3D printer, and you see that you have violated both the cost and the mass. And as I said, if you do stress analysis, then you can add a sensor for what? For the results of the stress analysis. So if I go back here to some reasonable dimension like this one, and then as I said, I can go to my simulations and do a simulation added, and let's say static simulation for this case, okay that, and then basically add a fixture, right, a fixed geometry, maybe here, right, go under loads maybe and add some pressure right here. So here, just add some big pressure, then mesh it and run it. Of course, the meshing has its own topic and exactly the size of the mesh and the validity of the results, which I discussed separately in a separate video, so I'm not going to go there. Just want to show you how to add a sensor from the results of this static analysis. So you see now I have about 63 megapascal maximum on mices, right? So now that I have that, if I go back to my model, let's see if I can add a sensor from the stress analysis results. So I can go here, add a sensor, and then say simulation data, and then let's say I want stress, that is good. 1 mice is a stress, right? And you see here it says simulation data not available, right? So that's another thing that you have to, and I have discussed that in the simulation video, and so I'm not gonna talk about that here. So hopefully this was a useful video for you where I showed you how to use sensors and how to calculate the cost and use it as a sensor for your design. Okay, so you can constantly monitor this, and these guys will be updated. So if anything goes wrong, they will raise a red flag for you. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.